This episode is powered by Poddecks. Poddecks are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddecks.com. Use code CinemaGold for 10% off your first order.
Welcome to the Cinema Gold Podcast with your host, Larry Leese. Come join us as Cinema Gold dives into the latest Hollywood films and news.
Welcome to an all-new episode of the Cinema Gold Podcast. I'm your host, Larry Leese. Today we're diving into the latest news coming from Disney and the latest theater news, along with streaming. Disney has just announced they are closing Blue Sky Studios. Here's the studio they acquired under the Disney-Fox deal. The animation studio is responsible for 13 films, including the Ice Age franchise, the Peanuts movie, and the recently released Spies in Disguise. The shutdown was first reported by Deadline. The studio eventually released a statement saying, "Given the current economic realities, after much consideration and evaluation, we have made the difficult decision to close filmmaking operations at Blue Sky Studios. This pandemic has forced Disney to make some cost-cutting decisions. The company took a massive $3.5 billion hit to its parks because of COVID. However, it's been able to soften the blow thanks to the continued rising popularity of Disney+. The shutdown impacts 450 employees, and the doors will officially shut sometime in April. Disney is said to be working with the employees to try to find them places in other parts of the company." Blue Sky Studios was launched in 1987. Fox eventually took a majority stake in Blue Sky in 1997. It ended up working on films like Star Trek Insurrection, Alien Resurrection, even picking up an Academy Award for their animated short, Bunny. They really stood out in 2002 with the release of Ice Age. Disney acquired the studio in 2019 when the company took over the entirety of Fox's movie and TV show making business in 2019. That included access to the X-Men franchise and Blue Sky Studios. Disney will be absorbing all of Blue Sky's characters and IP, including its most popular franchises, Ice Age and Rio. There are rumors going around that Dune could be released in theaters internationally 2 weeks before hitting HBO Max. This has not yet been confirmed by any official capacity, but there's rumblings now that director Denis Villeneuve's sci-fi epic will be released on the big screens everywhere other than the US on September 15th. That would be 2 weeks before it hits HBO Max, and potentially other streaming platforms outside the US, giving cinemas a much-needed exclusive release time. The move would not come as much of a surprise, given Warner Brothers' plans to release their entire slate to HBO Max simultaneously in theaters. That deal was met with criticism from several filmmakers, including Christopher Nolan and Dune director Denis Villeneuve. Dune is set in the far future of humanity and begins when Duke accepts stewardship of the dangerous desert planet Arrakis, also known as Dune. The only source of the most valuable substance in the universe, the spice, a drug which extends human life, provides superhuman levels of thought, and makes faster than light travel practical. Though Leto knows the opportunities and intricate traps set by his enemies, he takes his concubine Lady Jessica, young son, and heir Paul, and most trusted advisors to Arrakis. Leto takes control of the spice mining operation, which is made perilous by the presence of giant sandworms. A bitter betrayal leads Paul and Jessica to the Freemen, natives of Arrakis who live in the deep desert. Dune stars a hugely impressive cast alongside Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, Stephen McKinley, Zendaya, and a whole lot more. While international movie theaters will reportedly get to enjoy the wonders of Dune while being warmed by the glow of the silver screen on September 15th, the movie will be released theatrically in the US in IMAX and 3D on October 1st. to get this news from Box Office Pro France. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Cinema Gold Podcast. Let us know your thoughts, sending us a tweet at CinemaGold2, or find us on Facebook at Cinema Gold Movies. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Cinema Gold Podcast. If you want to become a supporter, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Follow us on Twitter at CinemaGold2 and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/cinemagoldmovies.